Hi there. In today's Spanish lesson we will learn a topic that we haven't seen before. It's a very simple topic, but it's important, and it is the formal subject pronoun. Formal subject pronoun, usted. We learned the different subject pronouns, the common ones, like I, you, he, she, we, you, they, right? This is yo, tú, él or ella, nosotros for we, vosotros, ellos. But we missed the formal subject pronoun, that is usted. That is because Spanish is a formal language. Unlike English, where you can use you for everybody, right? To address a young person, an older person, somebody that's hierarchically superior. However, in Spanish, we usually use usted when we want to address an elder, when we want to address somebody that's hierarchically superior to us, somebody very important like an ambassador, a politician, I don't know, somebody that's very important, or that we have to regard with more respect. Same thing. Also, even people from the same at the same level or from the same age, but when they are not acquainted with each other, they address themselves with usted. For example, it's not a class distinction actually. It's also when you're unrelated to somebody. If two people meet in the street and they are unrelated to each other, they will address each other as with usted. So, for example, if I want to ask, can you help me, for example, right? I will not say, ¿me ayudas? Right? I will say, ¿me ayuda? Okay, without the S, because I'm using the formal form, okay, for usted. And it is very simple, very easy, although it's important to know it. And it is very easy because usted conjugates always exactly the same as él or he or ella, right? That means it conjugates exactly the same as the third person of the singular, okay? And I say exactly the same for all the verbs, for all the verbal conjugations, for questions and answers. So always, right? That makes it very easy. You just need to remember that usted, that would be you, but formal, the you formal will conjugate like the he or she, okay? So as an example, I used verb ser to show you the conjugation, okay? The verb ser we have seen before. We have conjugated it in one of our first lessons, but I chose this as an example because it's probably the most important verb, okay, in the language. This is the verb to be. So let's begin with I am. Yo soy. Yo soy. Tú eres. Él es. Or ella es. Or usted es. So usted es means you are, but this is a formal you. Nosotros somos. Vosotros sois. Ellos son. So, now that we know that usted is a formal you, we will see just some 4 examples, very basic, simple examples for you to see how to use it. Let me tell you the meaning of these words. Padre means father. Vendrá is a future tense of the verb venir, that means to come. So vendrá means to come, okay? It's conjugated for he, she, you formal, right? Mañana means tomorrow, and tome is the imperative form of to take, right? It's from the verb tomar, to take. So tome is imperative, it means take. And I'm writing the subject pronoun between brackets because, as we always repeat, in Spanish the subject is implied in the conjugated verb, okay? So is already implies that it is the third person, right? Vendrá, same thing here. Tome, okay? So you can say usted or you can omit it, but it will still be implicit here. So the first sentence is: Usted es el padre de Juan. Usted es el padre de Juan. This means you, formal, are the father of Juan. And here is a question, the question form in Spanish, and this makes it very easy to learn. To structure, to build the question, you can simply add the question tags, the question symbols at the beginning and the end of a asseverative, of an affirmative sentence like this one on top. So we just add the question marks, and we just change the tone of our voice, okay? We just say, Usted es el padre de Juan. Usted es el padre de Juan. Are you Juan's father? Here, another question. Usted vendrá mañana. This would be, you will come tomorrow. Of course, you can omit, you can remove the question marks, and this will already be an affirmative sentence. Usted vendrá mañana, right? You will come tomorrow. So, as you can see, in Spanish, questions and affirmations have the same structure for building the sentence. So that makes it easy to know how to build the sentence. You just need to change the tone of your voice, the intonation, and of course, when you write, you just add the question marks at the beginning and at the end. Here we have another example with usted with an imperative sentence. Simply, tome usted. Take you, or you take, right? But you, as usual, we can omit the word usted, and this will just be tome. Tome, take. Now look how all these sentences have the verb conjugates like the third person of singular, right? Like he, or like she, or like it, right? This means that you, the formal way of you, usted, in Spanish, conjugates like the third person. So vendrá, usted is also vendrá for él or ella. Tome, same example, okay? So this is the end of the lesson, and remember, we use formal in Spanish, we use usted when we address somebody that we are not, we have not enough confidence, we are not related to that person, somebody that either we do not know the person well, we are not acquainted with that person, or even if we are acquainted to the person, it's somebody we have to address with a special respect, right? Not